Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Cameras. They may get wet. And finally, for your safety and for the safety of those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you're on the tour. Well, those are the rules. Here's what's in store for you. We're leaving the theme park behind and taking you into the actual working movie and television studio where some of Hollywood's biggest names come to work every day. You notice the movie posters, just a few examples of the movies that we've made here at Universal Studios, starting back in 1914 with an epic silent film entitled David and Pythias. What we have in theaters right now, that includes The Bad Guys from DreamWorks Animation. So the studio was founded in 1915 by a man named Carl Lumbly. Carl Lumbly wanted to make movies that would make you laugh or cry or sit on the edge of your seat. And for over 100 years, we've been doing just that. We've made thousands of productions on this lot. Carl Lumbly called this the strangest city in the world because it's a city for make-believe, but you know what? We are a city. We are called officially Universal City Studios. We have a zip code, a fire department, a bank, a post office. The LA County Sheriffs have a substation on our property to help us enforce our laws. Hey, we've been expanding the studio facilities quite a bit, as well as the theme park. In fact, the theme park expansion is coming up on your right. This big, great building. This big, great building is going to be known as Super Nintendo World. Hey, how you doing? Look at that. Mario hasn't been happier. Look, he's happy. Look at him. So it opens next year. Come and join us, won't you? Here we are on the front lot. This is where our sound stages are located for interior filming. On your left, stages 20 and 19. They have been in use for Bel Air. That stars Jabari Banks, streaming on our streaming platform Peacock. Next door you got stages 16 and 17. Those two stages have been used for multiple shows back to back. Shows such as Hacks. That streams on HBO Max. Season 2 just finished up. That stars Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder. That's a Universal Television show, by the way. And before that, the stages were used for Saved by the Bell, streaming on Peacock. It stars Mario Lopez and Elizabeth Berkley. And before that, it was home to Superstars, starring Ben Feldman.
I know it's hot in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
Hey, we've had our share of game shows on the lot as well, such as Hollywood Game Night, hosted by Jane Lynch.
Whose name is worth more in Scrabble tiles? Uzo Aduba or David Oyelowo?
Uzo Aduba. Oh, that's embarrassing. At the very front of the line, we got stage number 1, home to the Kelly Clarkson Show, starring Kelly Clarkson. Now, Kelly Clarkson is a very busy person. She's taping her show today, and guess what? She's also a coach on The Voice, which tapes on our lot, and she's also hosting a new show called American Song Contest, which also tapes on our lot. I'll tell you more about that. We're going to pass by the stage where they're taping that show. Right now, we're heading into what we call Sitcom Alley. It's an alley comprised of sound stages on your right that were used primarily for situation comedies such as The Jeffersons, The Facts of Life, Different Strokes, A Different World, Martin. Now, you're fixed to go deep into our television history.
Las cosas que usted ve es porque se filmaron ahí. Está hablando qué programas de televisión se filmaron en los estudios que están pasando. En esta casa se filmó Ted.
Didn't know we made all those shows, did you? At one time, Universal had about 80% of the television shows on the air. Currently, those stages have been used for shows such as Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Danson and Holly Hunter. Never Have I Ever, that's streaming on Netflix. And they just finished up season 3. They're getting ready for season 4. It's executive produced by Mindy Kaling. Hey, on your left, a series of 10 bungalows that were once permanent dressing rooms for movie stars such as Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Jimmy Stewart, Paul Newman. Today they are production offices occupied by the likes of Mark Platt. He brought you the hit musical Wicked. Elizabeth Banks has her offices here for Brownstone Productions. She's been working on a couple of movies here. Dwayne Johnson has his $7 production offices here. He was working on Young Rock, 2 seasons of them filmed on our lot. And coming up on your left, Bungalow 5195 with the Alfred Hitchcock logo. Here it comes now. It was Alfred Hitchcock's production office for the Alfred Hitchcock Presents television series. Alfred Hitchcock is from the UK, but he had quite an influence on American filmmakers.
Lou said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum.
Very exciting, just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office.
Hitchcock has influenced every director. I saw Hitchcock once walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respect him. He really understood fear and terror.
The birds. The birds. Oh, man.
The birds. Oh, man.
You see? Hey, on your left, that glass structure houses 2 new sound stages used for shows such as Hairspray Live, Will and Grace, World of Dance, and more recently Kenan, starring Kenan Thompson and Don Johnson. Hey, we're leaving the front lot where we do all of our interior filming and taking you to the back lot where we do the large-scale exterior filming. We're going to show you sets from some of your favorite movies and television shows. The sets that you see on our back lot may look like real buildings, but they are not. They're what we call facades, just the false fronts and sides of buildings. Really built what the camera needs to see. What looks like brick and concrete is actually foam, rubber, and fiberglass. And to your right is the heart of our back lot, our metropolitan sets. Take a look at the Brownstone neighborhood on your right. You'd be amazed at how many movie and television stars are walking down that sidewalk.
Yes. Ah, Elvis estuvo acá.
The world is around the corner for us here at Universal Studios. We go around the corner and we're in Anytown, USA. We call this Courthouse Square. It has been featured in dozens upon dozens of productions, but only one production made this area famous, and that was Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. The iconic clock tower and courthouse is still there on your left. You can see the clock in the clock tower, but where are the pillars? Well, they're still there. However, this has become so famous that when they decided to dress this as the town of Grandview for Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, they didn't want to see those pillars, so a facade was erected to cover up the pillars, and it's been like that ever since. Featured in Good Girls, starring Christina Hendricks, Meg Whitman, and Retta. Currently, you can see this as the town of Rutherford Falls for Rutherford Falls, streaming on Peacock, starring Ann Helms and Michael Grey Eyes. We're going to leave the small town and take you back into the big city, but we're going to take you into the heart of our big city. It's known as New York Street. It has been dressed that way more often than not. And sometimes when it's dressed that way, it can be so authentic they can even fool Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Always got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And there's been quite a bit made on the Universal lot. Why, just a couple of weeks ago, we had the obstacle course here for You've also seen our metropolitan sets and shows such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine, starring Andy Samberg, Stephanie Beatrice, and Andre Braugher. This was dressed as London for the motorcycle chase sequence featured at the beginning of Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, starring Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson. And it's also featured in a number of commercials, including Liberty Mutual's Limu Emu and Doug. We're going to lead a big sitting-down ticket to a remote island known as Skull Island. And here's Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson to guide us.
King Kong.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker.
Action!
I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Ya, hay que tenerlos listos, no ponérselos todavía.
Sides of the tram, you're going to see quite a bit of action. Peter Jackson will tell you when to put those glasses on. In fact, here's Peter Jackson to give you an idea of what you'll be in for when we reach Skull Island.
The Universal tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Hey, how you doing back there in the fourth car? How you doing? You guys look a little nervous. Don't be, because Doozy and I have been to Skull Island many times. We've gone on nature hikes, played beer pong. All you gotta do is follow the rules. We'll get through this safely. Please remain seated at all times. Please keep your hands and feet inside of the tram at all times, and hang on to your personal belongings like your cell phones and your magic wands and your hula hoops. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skull Island.
Okay, glasses on, everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Gentlemen, King Kong 363D. That is one of the largest, most intense 3D experiences on the planet. I feel young. You just see the looks on your faces with those glasses on. That Epic Battle was projected on one of the largest digital 3D screens. It stands over 40 feet tall and 180 feet wide. Using some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today, the film was designed by Peter Jackson and his team at Weta Digital. The filmmakers at Weta Digital have won several Academy Awards working on such films as King Kong, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Avatar, Deadpool. Hang on to those 3D glasses. I have a feeling you're going to need them again. On your left, one last look at our metropolitan sets. You'd be amazed at how many productions have filmed in there over the years. Movies, television shows, music videos, commercials, special events. A lot of musical artists have worked in our metropolitan sets that include Elvis Presley, the Blues Brothers, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and U2 used their metropolitan sets for their music video Elevation. By the way, Bono is one of the voices in Sing 2 from Illumination Entertainment. Well, now we're going to give you an up-close look at some of our most recognizable big screen icons. We call them picture cars. They're the vehicles that you see in the scene of a movie or television show. Have your cameras ready, and remember to look both ways before crossing any street. Look out! No one ever listens to the guide. Have your cameras ready. Coming up on your left, some of the vehicles featured in the scenes on your screens. Some picture cars have become just as famous as the stars who have driven them. Over the years, picture cars have become bigger, badder, and faster as audiences embrace their need for speed. Sometimes picture cars can be the most expensive item in a scene of a movie or television show because sometimes you have to have multiple versions of the vehicle for an action sequence. For instance, our Fast and Furious films, each one of those cars had at least 2 to 3 different versions for the stunts. Coming up on your left, some of the vehicles featured in our Jurassic Park, Jurassic World films. Oh, I know. Ooh, that's how it always starts. And then later there's running and then screaming. Hey, guess what? We got a new movie coming up June 10th. It's called Jurassic World Dominion. It'll feature some of the stars from the first Jurassic Park film all together again at the same time, in the same movie, in the same scenes, talking to each other. Hey, we got a treat for you. This is exclusive to the world-famous Universal Studios tour. We're going to take you into our dinosaur holding area where we hold our dinosaurs. On the other side of the tram, you'll see props, customized vehicles, and dinosaurs. Also, we've got the dinosaur handlers, and I'm going to see if they can stop and maybe talk to us for a minute. Maybe we can take pictures with them or something. Have your cameras ready. Whee! This is just like flying in a helicopter in the first film over the island. Remember that scene? Doozy, what happened back here? Look at all this stuff. Excuse me a second, I have to call security. Studio tour to studio security.
This is security. What's going on, studio tour?
Hey, Chief, we're in the dinosaur holding area. The dinosaurs are gone. Our dinosaur handlers are missing. Stuff's turning. It's like chaos theory all over again.
Okay, tour. I'll send someone down to check it out ASAP.
All right, thanks, Chief. Chief's going to send someone down here. Do you know what? I have a bad feeling about this. What in the wide world of sports? Is that who the Chief was going to send down? Well, this tour is full of surprises. I had no idea that was going to happen. Yeah, let's take a look at this scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park featuring the mobile lab we just passed by. We used 3 mobile labs for the T-Rex attack sequence, and the cliff that the mobile lab was pushed over, that was one of our parking structures on the front lot, just to look like a cliff and enhanced with computer-generated imagery. This is a big place. You can get lost around here. It's 400 acres. We use every portion of our lot for production. So we name every portion of our lot so that whenever a production company is looking for a specific type of area to film in, we know exactly where to take them. For instance, we called this Old Mexico. Now this is where you ended up if you crossed the border in a television show in the 70s and 80s like Simon and Simon or The A-Team or Quantum Leap. Now, this place is so big it has its own weather system. You got thunder and lightning. Sometimes this is followed by precipitation or rain. There it is now. But you know what? It's only raining on half the tram up here. I guess you could call that a 50-50 chance of rain. And we don't get a lot of rain in Southern California. When we do, it comes down in buckets, creating mudslides and flash floods. Like now, Doozy, we should probably get going. Now would be a good time. Doozy, quit playing, man. Quit playing, you scam people, that's not funny. Jarvis just rocking back and forth, mumbling something about Taylor Swift and Holly Berry. Hey, that water looks wet. You guys in the third and fourth car, don't worry about it when she's sitting in the blue seat. Or if you have blonde hair. Well, at least we didn't all get soaked. Yeah, we fooled you with that. We dumped thousands of gallons of recycled water from tanks at the top of the hill. The water crashes down the hill, hits the brake front, makes it look like you're about to get soaked. It just gets pumped right back into the tanks at the top of the hill. And the rain is created by sprinklers pointed upward, just out of view of your eyesight. And looks like it's naturally falling rain. And again, that water gets pumped right back into the tanks at the top of the hill, so we can get somebody else with it. Wonder how many times they did that for Big Fat Liar.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid!
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Thank you, Munoz, Amanda Blanche, Paul Giamatti. Get him, Pablo. Get him. You know what? Lady Gaga made a music video in that same area. She was dressed up in high heels, looking all good. Water came crashing down, didn't even touch her. That's how she rolls. Oh, yeah. And here we are in the oldest part of our lot. It is the Old West. At one time, Universal was famous for westerns. Hundreds of them were filmed on our lot. Take a look at the cowboys that have walked down these streets over the years. John Wayne, the Duke, Jimmy Stewart, Clint Eastwood. It's the Duke. Douglas. Robert Redford, tell him when the boys here. Is that the Duke? Yeah! Hey, we still use these sets. They're featured quite a bit in Sony Pictures production of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, starring Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Hey, take a look to your left across the lake. You're looking at 4 new sound stages. The one at the far end with the red stripe, that is stage number 24, and that is in use for our new show, American Song Contest. This is an all-live music competition series in which one artist representing each U.S. state and territory competes to win America's vote for Best Hit Song. If you're familiar with Eurovision, this is a U.S. version of that iconic show. It's hosted by Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the halfway mark of the tour. Keep in mind the studio is private property. If you should happen to drop anything of value out the side of the tram, don't get out of the tram. Just give a tug on the emergency cord, sit back and relax. I'll come back to assist you. And we can take you any place in the world on our back lot. We're headed into the good place. Have your cameras ready.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this.
You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
Hi there. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell, filmed all over our lot. This was the main set for The Good Place. But this is officially known as Little Europe. It's not a very big place, but we can make it look like any part of Europe we want. We're changing the language on the signs. This area was built for our motion picture, All Quiet on the Western Front, back in 1930. It won Universal's first Best Picture Academy Award. Since then, it's been seen in so many other productions, including our classic horror films, Dracula, Frankenstein, The Wolfman, The Mummy. You thought those movies were filmed in Europe? They were filmed here on our back lot. Check this out.
What is it now? The monster. He's in the woods. Get out the bloodhounds. Raise all the men you can, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Go! Your torches and go!
Yeah, they got their torches, and their bloodhounds, and their hula hoops, and their iPads. They went after the hapless monster. Whenever they caught up the monster in these films, things went horribly awry. That's right, Doozy. Horribly awry. Look at them running. Some of them texting their friends as they run.
Why don't you shoot him?
Yeah, why don't you shoot him? That's why you get the most of smack now, baby. Hey, we're inside of an actual sound stage, and this sound stage is unique. It's not in 3D, but it is the only split-level sound stage like it in Hollywood. Up above, we recreated an urban street scene with trucks and cars. Down below where we are, a Northern California subway station. Note the detail. For the turnstiles to the public telephones. That's right, kids, public telephones. One time these were all over town. You put money to make a phone call. Whoa, hey, whoa, that's just a trimmer. We get these all the time in Southern California. It's nothing to worry about. Well, okay, there's that. But wait, there's more. Is everybody alright? You look thirsty. How about a nice cool drink? Ladies and gentlemen, that's just movie water. It washes right off. Oh, that's wild, man. That's wild. Wow. He survived earthquake, the big one. Well, we simulated an 8.3 earthquake on the Richter scale. By the way, that soundstage is used for an episode of the Fox television series Bones, starring Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz. What's going on?
Let's get out of here! The water main just broke!
Hey, speaking of water, we're headed toward Amity. Amity was menaced by a 25-foot man-eating great white shark in one of our biggest hits, Jaws. You know, ever since we made this movie, we've attracted sharks around here. So now we have a police diver training program where we train our police divers to communicate with the sharks. And you know what? Just in time for a training session. Oh yeah, have your cameras ready. Coming up on the right. We go all out back here. Water, boats, music. Cue the music. And of course the shark. You probably think that's a 20-footer. Hunted by 3 tons of it. Our police divers use a combination of splashes and hand gestures to communicate with the sharks. There's our police diver now, and what's he doing? No, don't jump the shore. Oh, that can't be good for you. Sharks hate him when you try to jump him. Hey, Doozy, we gotta see if this guy's alright. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. This is a delicate operation. We're gonna look for a safe place to park. And, please take your seats. Please take your seats. Thank you. Alright, how about we park next to these gas tanks? We'll be safe here. Sharks don't like gas. Besides that, there's a yellow barrel with a rump rust attached to it. That's not for you, that's for the shark. Oh, look, it took the bait. And then here, too. I hope that flammable liquid doesn't ignite like that. And that. Woo, that's hot. That's Africa hot. Tarzan kicked it kind of hot. Want to see it again? We should go, because that's hot. What's that? I've heard that before. And you want to know window seats. You come face to face with Bruce the Mechanical Shark, inspired by Bruce the Mechanical Shark for the movie Jaws. They had a lot of problems with the shark in the movie, so much so they started calling the movie Flaws. He's Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg to elaborate.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio. They were always saying, "The shark is not working. The shark is not working."
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited.
The shark worked well enough for a while there, and the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
By the way, Jaws was not filmed here. Repeat, Jaws was not filmed here. But Elvis other productions were to include the long-running television series Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. Whee! Look out for the shark! We also use that link for The Good Place. The episode where they're on a lake in a boat. That's the link. Hey, coming up on your right is a very popular set known as Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch. And we call it that because we do. It was built inside the stage 12 for this musical motion picture that starred Dolly Parton and Jeff Reynolds. This is a really genius lately. And we're heading into the quintessential suburban neighborhood known as Colonial Street, featured in television shows such as Leave It to Beaver, Marcus Welby MD, The Hardy Boys, The Munsters. I could go on. So I will. Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, AP Bio, Desperate Housewives, Never Have I Ever, Mr. Mayor, and Keenan, as well as Bel Air. Take a look at some of the other productions that have filmed in this neighborhood. Music videos are filmed here as well. You might remember Smash Mouth's All-Star. Those two houses on your right where the truck is parked, they were painted red. They actually painted the whole things red. That was not computer generated. Now here's the thing, you've noticed all the sets that we pass by are empty. They're left blank so that a production company can dress it the way they want it to look. When they're done with it, they have to undress it and leave it exactly how they found it. So imagine painting two of these sets and having to paint them back the way you found it. A lot of work went into a music video like that, but that music video became a #1 hit for Smash Mouth, and I think people still use that in productions today. By the way, Kelly Clarkson also used this neighborhood for one of her segments of the Kelly Clarkson Show. She's so nice and quiet.
I am here on the back lot of Universal Studios to give some very special people the surprise of their lives. Stop this trap!
Where'd that come from? No, don't.
The trap!
Normally, indoor voice, please.
Welcome to Cloud 9. Hi, I'm America.
Welcome.
The champagne brunch right here in the middle of the iconic house.
She hooked those people up. Courthouse Square, we were in there.
Stage 1, follow me.
Believe it or not, this sort of thing happens on the tour. Our picture cars. I hope you guys are just taking that for a wax and wash. Come back. I don't think they were taking it for a wax and wash. We got DreamWorks Animations. The bad guys in theaters right now. We got more picture cars. I'm particularly fond of this yellow hoopty on your right. Yeah, 1932 Ford Coupe. We called it the Deuce. That is featured in American Graffiti, directed by George Lucas. We got some cars from F9 here. There's also Bumblebee from Paramount's Transformers. That filmed on our lot. And we held onto the car because we have a Transformers ride. It's used for publicity. Imagine driving Bumblebee up this road. It's dark, cold, and rainy. There's nothing around for miles except for the Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Psycho. Starring Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. Anybody need a shower? Are you the bed and breakfast is to die for? You're looking at two of the oldest, most famous structures still standing in Hollywood.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Sounded like Norman Bates. It is Norman Bates. It was a bit cryptic, but there he is. They let him out of the hospital. He's all better now. And he's been doing some renovations on the motel. He's gotten rid of the showers, put in jacuzzis instead. He's got wall-to-wall shag carpet. It's up to date, modern, ready to go. I think he's coming out with some brochures to show us. Very friendly guy, loves toasted cheese sandwiches. Hey, that ain't right. I don't think he can see us. Watch this. He hates it when I do this. Hey, Norman, remember this? What you doing that night, man? Quit playing. Oh, he can't catch us. We're in an electric tram. Oh, you goodness sake, he's walking too fast. Look at people with blonde hair. Don't touch him back there. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Let's take a closer look at the Bates Mansion. You may notice something about the house as we approach. It seems to be diminishing or getting smaller. That's because the house was built at 3/4 scale so that it would look like a large house in the distance without building one. But look, as we get closer, it has oversized doors and windows. That's so that when you stand in front of it, for close-up shots, it looks like you're standing in front of a full-size house. You should try that next time you want to sell your home. It's called a forced perspective. It's an old camera trick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. And this is one of the largest sets ever built for a motion picture. Despite the use of these realistic life-size sets, the film still contains over 500 visual effects shots.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You don't have Superman over there? Keep your eyes on me.
By the way, that's a real 747 jet airplane. And it was purchased from an airplane graveyard, sliced into sections and brought here on trucks. Then we destroyed it, made it look like it was hit by an alien death ray. We also used this set for search and rescue training. It is featured in other shows that rented it from us, like Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. Rihanna made a music video on that same set. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're approximately 10 minutes from the end of the tour. Keep in mind the studio is private property. If you should happen to drop anything of value off the side of the tram, don't get onto the tram. Just give it a the emergency cord. Sit back and relax. I will come back to assist you. Valid reasons.
My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle.
What?
And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
Thanks.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, stink pickle.
I'm so tired of you state guys stepping in just whenever you feel like it.
Mute him.
Don't you
We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business. Hobbs out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the situation has escalated. It seems we have a guest aboard this tram who's witnessed something perpetrated by a man named Owen Shaw. Owen Shaw is on the property looking for you. We are advised to hide out in the nearest building. Wait a minute, in this place? Well, this is a known hangout for street racers.
My name is Roman Pierce.
A street racer.
Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you with Shaw for a while. We brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
Looks like we're hanging out with these two in their secret spot. I'm up with that. Letty, open the doors. Have some pretty cool vehicles in here. I've never seen a tow truck like that before. That looks like a new family truckster right there. Letty, open the doors. Letty, quit playing, girl. Owen Shaw's looking for us. Don't leave us hanging. Letty's just playing. She's just playing. People think Letty's all hard, works on cars and beats people up, but she plays around too sometimes. You just see her and Doozy jumping out of the bushes, scared guests in the park, throwing water on them. Right, Doozy? Right. Hey, check this out. Hey, Letty, it's Dom. Open the doors. That gets me into clubs all the time. Now watch, Letty will think I'm Dom. She'll come running out here. It's kind of dark in here. She'll probably want a hug. That's all right, I give her a hug. She'll come over to me and go, wait a minute, you're not Dom. I know I'm a tour guide, I'm better. She comes running out in a minute. I'd like to know where that music is coming from. You're gonna give us away. All we need is for Owen Shaw to go, oh, is that music? Let's go and find out where it's coming from. Come on, turn the music down. Is there anybody here? Okay, look at that. Lady Gaga dog. She just opened the doors. And I found out where that music is coming from. And you know what? You don't need the glasses yet. Why? Because it ain't nothing but a party, y'all. That's how we roll here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Bad guys show up, we just go into grab and party. Yeah, it's like that. Oh, wait a minute, I know her. Hey, it's Marcellus. Remember I told you I was a tour guide? I think she's ignoring me. What? Wait a minute, we just got here. Hey, the part doesn't close until 6. Well, at least leave us some nachos. That ain't right.
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move. Neil, that's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got you. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family protects you.
Wait a minute, what is he doing?
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
All right, we're moving.
It's about to get real interesting.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Roman. It was on vibrate.
I'm on the leases, all warmed up, right next door.
Roman, drive your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to put those glasses on. And you heard Letty, no flash photography, no camera lights. Please keep your hands and feet inside of the trailer at all times. Hang on to your personal belongings. Hey, they sound close. You know what? I'm going to get off the microphone. I don't want Owen Shaw accidentally finding us in the air. Okay, I'm getting off the microphone. I'm going to stop.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you won't get fried!
This is our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime.
I got the bull by the horn!
Now we're moving.
Look out!
buddy, that's how we roll. Didn't know a tramp could do that, did you?
Hell of a job, everybody. You protected the witness and you can resume breathing.
Thank you.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys ride hard. Respect.
Respect, take it.
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
It was on vibrate.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.